Good morning, CG. I'm Ben, one of your sports social media editors.
And I'm Bella, one of your CGTV editors.
And this is your final CGTV broadcast for the 2024-25 school year.
Yearbook distribution started yesterday and will continue during lunch today. Students who do not purchase a yearbook in advance can buy one starting on Monday in the main office. The cost is $75 cash or a check payable to Center Grove High School.
As you know, Finals League will look differently this year. The new schedule is half days from Tuesday to Friday. Kate and Bryn bring us more on how this change will impact teachers and students.
For the second semester finals, Center Grove has adopted a new schedule and hopes to benefit the students as much as possible. With finals being next week, Mrs. McMahon talks us through the schedule.
I think my favorite part about the new schedule is the flexibility that it provides to students and the opportunity for them to meet with teachers. You know, our goal for that second portion of the day is that for students who have work that needs to be made up, maybe they've missed an exam somewhere along the line or missed a project, that they have the opportunity to make that up and get a better grade. And then again, for students who might need extra help, it provides them some time to meet with their teachers to target what they specifically need prior to the finals. I think that by students having a limited amount of 2 finals per day will help them focus on those 2, and then the afternoon, where students have the flexibility to either stay on campus and study with teachers or go home and study, will give them that extra time to be prepared for their finals the next day. So hopefully we see some success by limiting the number and then also giving additional study time.
With high hopes from Mrs. McMahon and many others with this new schedule, Mrs. Leidy gives us her thoughts from a teacher's perspective.
I think the most beneficial part is that we have a lot of time built into this schedule, so kids have time to study, complete their finals in a lot of time. They have 70 minutes to get it done. And then as a special services teacher, I feel like it's good for students who need extra time. That is built into our schedule, or they can stay during office hours. I am super excited about the final exam schedule. I feel like this is going to be awesome for our entire school, and it gives kids and teachers both a lot of time to be intentional with their final exams.
Good luck to all the students with finals next week. Back to the studio.
Thanks, guys.
Once this year finishes, seniors will be transitioning to life after high school, whether that means enlistment, the workforce, or college. Several students this year are considering a school in the Ivy Leagues. Jack Rugisals and Noah Poston bring us a story.
Have you ever dreamed of going to an Ivy League school? 4 Trojans, Krishan Vadia, Ryan Zhang, Alex Fan, and Sydney Herman made it possible.
So I'm Alex Fan. I got accepted into Princeton and Harvard.
Yeah, so I ended up deciding on attending Harvard University this fall, and I haven't actually decided yet because I'm interested in so many different things.
I got into Harvard, Brown, Princeton, Duke, Johns Hopkins, Rice, UC Berkeley, and Northwestern.
Hi, I'm Sydney Herman, and I'm going to Dartmouth College.
The process of getting in is very difficult, but also straightforward.
Which majors you want and kind of how the school kind of correlates to what you kind of want to look for in school. So it's kind of like school size, school location, and kind of like the culture that you want in a school.
I think exploring my passions to their fullest and really committing myself and just deciding, hey, I'll just try what I can and see what I can do with it. I didn't really intentionally go after an impressive brag sheet or resume, just after things I found personally fulfilling and interesting to myself.
So at first I actually did not know I wanted to go to an Ivy League, but I was set on going to maybe like a Big Ten, but I always knew I wanted to do high academically, like Northwestern or something else like Notre Dame. But then our first day when coaches can start talking to us is September 1st of our junior year. And actually most of the schools that reached out to me were the Ivies. And so when I talked to all these coaches, the Dartmouth coaches were wonderful and the campus was wonderful, and that's how I made my decision.
The 4 Trojans have some words of advice for the student body.
Just staying up at night, making sure that you understood everything, getting your work done, and just like ensuring that you understand all the material and just aim for the top and just aim for getting that perfect score, even if you may not achieve it. Just like looking towards the top and aiming for your personal best.
Going into it, there's a lot of things you can control and you can't control. So like save yourself from the stress. Don't like hyperfixate on things that like you can't control. I guess be genuine, be yourself. That sounds really cliche, but just save yourself from the stress of worrying about things you can't control.
Because high school classes lay a great foundation for for you to explore your interests, but if you apply them outside of high school, you can get an even better idea. And that shows that you're willing to commit to those and willing to apply what you know.
I would say definitely keep your grades up and take those AP classes and honors classes and study for the ACT or SAT, whatever you take. Getting those high scores really helps getting into those Ivy League schools. And again, I was pretty involved in the community, so I was in a few honor societies and different clubs.
Krishan, Alex, and Ryan have all given their best in their high school careers in order to achieve their goals. Nice work, guys. Now this was Noah Poston. Back to the studio.
Thanks.
Colin Eddy is a member of Gamers Guild who plays Pokemon seriously. Charlie Bennington, Maya Krause, and Asa Sherman bring us the story.
Colin Eddy, a sophomore, goes to the Gamers Guild every week to battle, trade, and strategize with his friends in the world of Pokemon. Gamers Guild meets once a week, every Thursday, where many students gather to play a variety of games, including D&D, a multitude of board games, and Colin Eddy's personal favorite, Pokemon.
Yes, and just hang out with other friends who don't too. Just chit-chat, hang out, battle, trade, just have a good old time.
His passion for Pokemon started at a young age, with the release of a new Pokemon game and all of the advertisements and merch that comes with.
Right when Sun and Moon released, I saw ads. I was like, Pokemon would be cool, right? And then I got some cards, got some promo cards from McDonald's, and then I got out of it like every third grader, so.
After losing interest in Pokemon for a few years, Colin Eddy rekindled his passion for Pokemon with a new video posted from a popular YouTuber.
Probably watching a Dan TDM video because he released one, and then my friend Connor, he also was like, I somehow got brought up, you know.
Finding his passion again, Colin Eddy began learning the ins and outs of the Pokemon card game, and through mastering these basic components of the game, he began to see further into it, seeing more complex and rewarding strategies.
There's basic stuff, like you can just like attach and attack, but then you can get into like very complex like bouncing too. But the core of it is just having fun.
While loving to strategize and play, that isn't the only reason he loves the game. Colin also sells his collection to local shops, and one day hopes to expand his horizons.
I have sold some to local game shops. I would like to start selling online, but I need to do more research before I even start doing that, but I would like to start.
Colin Eddy continues to follow his passion in this game, a game that's not only a fun game to play with friends, but also a chance to grow a collection and to catch them all. Now, back to the studio.
Thanks, guys.
But Eddy isn't the only student at CG with a unique hobby. Stella Shackelford does patchwork in her free time. Madeline Iyer brings us more on the story.
Sophomore Stella Shackelford has made 12 pieces of her own patchwork clothing. She buys plain clothes and then sews designs onto them.
I make patchwork hoodies just because I get a lot of inspo on like Pinterest and stuff, and I'm just like inspired to make my own clothes.
Shackelford likes making her own clothes because of the fact that she was the one that made them.
I'm inspired to make my own clothes because it's just the concept of wearing something that you make is just really cool.
Besides seeing cute ideas on social media, Shackelford has other reasons for making her clothing.
I get my inspo mainly from Pinterest, but some of the clothes I made because I have like an event to wear them to, or just because it pops up in my head.
The first thing that Shackelford does before making her clothes is buying the fabric and canvas for her designs.
I buy all my fabric from Walmart instead of like Joann because it's pretty cheap.
Then, she draws up the design for her fabric on a piece of paper and cuts it out. The next step is to cut out the fabric from the paper outline. Now she pins the fabric into the clothing so that it doesn't move while she's sewing it. The last step is to sew the fabric onto the clothes. Shackelford enjoys making unique patchwork clothing, and now you can too. Back to the studio.
Thanks, Madeline. Check out the how-to article on trojanyear.com to make your own patchwork clothes. No sewing machine required.
And now for the last Trojan Talk of the 2024-2025 school year.
Hey CG, I'm Tyler.
And I'm Taylor.
And today we're going to be asking students their favorite memory from this school year.
Who am I here with?
Hallie Mimbella.
What was your favorite memory from the school year?
My favorite memory is becoming friends with Rose.
Who am I here with?
Blake Downen.
Grant Aaron.
And what's your favorite memory from this school year?
Watching March Madness.
Playing in the Riley 3v3 tournament.
Who am I here with?
Miss Munn.
And what was your favorite memory from the school year?
What a question. Oh my goodness, there's so many. I really think when you ask me that, what comes to my mind for my favorite memory, it's gotta be my Monday, Friday STAR class. Like, they are my pride and joy. And truly, we'll sit in this room and there's sometimes we just literally are in a circle chatting. Typically, I'm telling some wax story. And I've like cried laughing so many times this year and I just love them so much. I can't believe they're graduating. I'm not well.
Who am I here with? Morgan and Lauren. And what's your guys' favorite memory from this school year?
Probably having classes with Lauren. And probably having classes with Morgan.
Who am I here with?
Maddox. Croy.
And what was your favorite memory from the school year?
Probably track season. Cross country.
Who am I here with?
Grayson Albee.
And what's your favorite memory from this school year?
My favorite memory was basketball.
Beth. Cruise Davis. And what was your favorite memory from the school year?
Walking out of school every day.
Here with?
Hannah Jen.
Gabby Unger. And what are your favorite memories from this school year?
Hanging out with friends at football games.
The Fishers basketball game with several friends. Who am I here with?
Caitlin Graham. Ainsley Mills.
And what are you guys' favorite memory from this school year?
Making it to nationals. And cross country season.
Thanks, CG. That's all for this year. See you after summer.
That's all we have for you this year, CG. Follow us on Instagram at CG Trojaneer and at Trojaneer Sports for updates over the summer. Or go to our website at trojaneer.com.
We will see you in August.
Bye.